tiers.
All right, sound check. How do I sound? I don't know. I guess I sound normal. I need
Well,
review this
here's
stuff.
the thing. Here's the thing.
Okay,
Most of
fair
these
enough.
tier lists that you're gonna find, because I looked through a bunch of them.
Yeah.
There's three types of tier lists for Dark Souls 1 characters, right? They do
Oh.
boss tier lists, they
Mm,
do waifu tier lists, and then
right.
they do regular NPC tier lists, right?
Right.
So
Okay.
you might have to do a boss tier list and an NPC tier list. I was trying to find one that had just every single enemy in the game, but I could not find that.
Mixer, can you say
The enemies
Mixer?
in the
Can you say
game.
something for me? Just say a regular ass sentence. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
Even
If
just
another
this is a
problem.
beginner level tournament, then I am a frog. I picked up this game a week ago and came expecting somewhat
all right.
similar.
That's good. I think need to turn up my gain a little bit more based on
Another problem I
monitoring.
have with Dynasty scans is that their fucking reader is so fucking slow.
It's not great. I use manga. What was it called? Manga loader or whatever, which basically just like puts it all in vertical strip form. It's a greasy fork thing, I think.
I feel like that makes it worse.
Does it?
Like it's just like images load mega slow in the reader for me.
It does, but the load manga like makes it load faster, I think.
I live the only Tachiyomi life. I will not read manga
I agree.
outside
Oh,
of a phone.
well, not for some reason. For a very obvious reason, Dynasty, for a mildly obvious reason, the Dynasty Stands.com is only covered by the NSFW version of manga loader.
Okay, well, it's probably because that fork, I would assume, is optimized to bypass certain sites that restrict vertical scrolling of new pages to a premium feature, of which I can name a few off the top of my head. But for plausible deniability, I will not.
Plausible
I'm gonna
deniability you have
check.
just abandoned by saying that you do in fact know some off the top of your head. Alright, which one? Which one of these tier lists are we picking now?
Well, it has to be Dark Souls 1. It has to be Dark Souls 1 characters, right?
Alright, Dark Souls.
Now,
Dark
Mixer, you have not played Dark Souls yet.
I have attempted to play Dark Souls, and that was not a functioning form of Dark Souls.
No, the reason why there's an NSFW fork, it's by the same author. It's literally only because the greasy fork filters out adult script from normal searches.
All right.
So they was putting the
That's
script so it could still
understandable.
be found regularly, and this one's on sleazy fork instead of greasy fork.
Click on Dark Souls 1 NPCs and Dark Souls 1 bosses.
We're doing this for Isekai Mixer because Sekai Mixer is
Isekai Mixer? Well, no, I think Real Life Mixer has a chance against some of these.
Yeah, that's
even
Isekai
still.
Mixer.
Okay.
Right.
That's what you mean by that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
this
our
tier list
Mixer.
uses the Sailor Moon Gwendolyn art that I love so much.
Oh wait, that's
Mixer,
you.
do you think
That's
you
for
could
your
beat
profile
Khan?
picture.
Yeah.
Can I beat
My
Khan? You
Discord
Korean?
profile picture is Gwendolyn, Dark Sun Gwendolyn doing the Sailor Moon S. No, there's Sailor Moon, pose, the very famous Sailor Moon pose.
I don't know anything about Sailor Moon except the LATAM opening is amazing, and for some reason, my local Mexican seafood restaurant that has karaoke nights had it, and I was with friends, and I had to sing something. That was what I picked.
There is lore reason why some people would liken Dark Moon Gwendolyn to Sailor Moon, and that's not just based off the name alone. They're both fighting for justice. The justice in both contexts are pretty different.
Nice.
I like Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn is a based character. Possibly the most based character in the entire franchise.
Is this a good tier list? Is this a good template?
This includes this does include every NPC in the game. Now, do I remember all the NPCs by name off the top of my head? No, but I can tell who they are.
I can right click, open image in new tab, and nothing.
That's fine.
Nothing.
I know who all these are just by looking at them, but I cannot say their names necessarily. And I might get some of their names wrong. Yeah, we'll start with NPCs because bosses will all kill you in different ways. Unfortunately, Isekai Mixer is not undead. You are a normal human. So
Yeah,
that
this
means
is-
you will die and you are just dead.
Yeah. Pretty.
about
Is
right.
there any
bad.
is there any use for a worst here?
I don't think
For
so.
Isekai Mixer,
You just
would
die.
any of these people do anything worse than just kill you?
Oh, I need variation of
Um,
permanent impairment.
There are a lot.
Yes. Well, I think his name is Ingui. Ingui is whoever the follower of Quella is.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. But like,
That's a great example.
the thing is,
Another
he won't
possible example.
he won't do it like on purpose. I guess that's like the interesting part.
Well, yeah, that's
about
the
that.
thing. You'll get infected just accidentally, just by being in close enough contact, right? He doesn't mean to do it, right?
What just happened?
Yeah.
But then he'll probably die afterwards because he's not undead. So I mean, I guess that's
That's not necessarily true. Actually, no.
I guess what I mean is that he will not actively stop you from pursuing death afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Which is a problem.
You will die, but you will die a pretty painful death that is
Yeah.
not a result of the fight.
Yeah, so you might as well change that to painful death because worse implies being kept alive afterwards, which is
No,
not-
that is no
not
worse
what he would
is
do.
we're like no, like I put variation of permanent impairment as like I've been captured and I'm now either in jail or being experimented on for the rest of the time. Or not time for my life. Worse is like horrible end results that I would consider worse. Which will be I think will be the case.
Here's the other argument I would say if it's not Ingui or whatever their name is, the cat. You cannot physically fight the cat, by the way. By instigating a fight with the cat, not only will you not be able to win, your any blow will dissipate through them, they will disappear, and you will be branded as an enemy against the forest guardians, the forest keepers.
I think that's just extended death.
Make sure the door is closed.
That's like actually just death with extra steps, right?
Okay. If you are going by that, then
I think that's what isn't that what we went by last time with the Guilty Gear tier list? Is like death with extra steps is still like death.
Yeah, I usually just put just the fight as the results of the fight, regardless of end results. However, exceptions were made for things like imprisonment, right? Let me take a look.
Well, patches may try to imprison you. Ingward may try to make you replace their post as one of the sealers of New Londo.
I actually do not know the names of any of these characters, so let's just go down from top to.
Okay, what is that first one?
That's Anastasia.
That's Anastasia.
The firekeeper.
No.
Anastasia canonically will not fight you. She is imprisoned. If your arms can reach through this jail cell bars,
she's in the alley.
She's in the alley.
She's in the alley. Well, if she is magically transported to the alley, that means things have gone horribly wrong in Firelink Shrine.
Yes.
The fate of Lordran may already be in larger shambles than it already was, if that's the case.
Wait, really? Are you Shrine important?
Firelink Shrine is incredibly important to a lot of people's pilgrimage. So yes,
Right.
But I am uninterested.
you are
Mixer is being
uninterested. You
told.
wish to kill a
I am wish to fight.
you wish to
Whatever
fight
that
this
is.
person who
It's mute.
is mute, does not fight, and exists to metaphorically and spiritually maintain a fire. You will win. You will win.
Yeah, that's a win.
You can even do it in the game. It's very easy,
That's
right?
like the fattest
If
fucking.
yeah, if we're assuming that you're both transported into an alleyway to do a fight, yeah, I mean,
She has
it's
a
not
move
even
for
a
that
it's not even
spot.
it's not even a question of can your arms reach through the jail cell bars. It's you just win. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
She will not move, basically.
You this is like
Oh, this is like the key thing where I've started the fight having already won.
yeah.
Because
Basically.
the definition of winning is opponent unable to continue battle.
All right, you win. That's it.
Yeah.
However, you understand that by doing so, I mean, you won't know this, but you will have doomed an entire land,
Well,
basically.
he will know this because this is Isekai Mixer, and he moves in with all the meta knowledge that he acquires during this conversation.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
like,
then,
this
then
is just Mixer.
are you okay with knowing that you have extinguished like one of the most important fires in the world? Not the most important, but one of.
Well, I think the deal was with Isekai Mixer that if he gets isekai and the voice tells him you need to beat the shit out of the next person and win, otherwise he will.
No, it wasn't and win. It was you have to fight this person, the
Oh,
next
yeah.
person who you see at this alley, and it is
And once you
that.
do, you will get to leave or something like that.
Some to that degree. It
Right,
can
so-
change
so he
depending
will
on if
get-
it makes sense.
Yeah, but he will basically get un-isekai on a win, right?
Okay, so
which
I mean, this is a
Fate
fact
of the
that
universe
law
is
track did.
uninterested. Yeah,
This is a
I'm
fact
Yeah,
they were law
yeah.
tracked.
Yeah, he's got the fucking black orb, right?
All right,
Well,
exactly.
I mean,
Then
yeah.
you just do that. Easy. Next up, that's Griggs. Griggs of Vinheim.
How close
Uh,
are you? Because he's just a mage. He's not
Well,
a spectacular mage, but if
he's
you
he's
attack
he's
with
a
surprise,
scholar. He's a scholar, but he came here out of his own volition to look for Big Hat Logan. He knows how to handle himself, though he did get imprisoned in the Undead Parish, right?
does he lose against every undead? Because they were never really in a situation where they're incapable of fighting. Depending.
It's never. I don't think there's any lore as to why he was imprisoned, but he was. It was probably by the bandits, actually. If I had to venture a
less about
guess.
prison, but like if he's undead, he will respawn and then hunt your ass down.
Oh, if it's that kind of question.
Yeah. Like all of these actually just like lose for the most part because almost everyone in Dark Souls 1 is undead.
Well, what do we consider as being?
Like, how long do they have to be unable to fight? Is it just like one instant where they're unable to fight, or they have to be like remarkably unable to fight? Because they will just respawn and kill you.
Yeah.
This
how
doesn't
long
happen
does
in
this-
game, but this happens.
how long-
This would happen lore wise, I guess.
How long does this process take?
For an undead to be revitalized, that's not specified.
Yeah, that's unknown.
However, if we extrapolate further towards like Dark Souls 3 lore, like we know that undead that have linked the first flame, they become actually incapacitated,
They're
and
out
they
of
were not
commission.
revitalized until they were basically called by the first flame to be revitalized, because someone need to put more fuel into the fire.
It
But
was kind of
normally-
already known that the first that like you are permanently incapacitated after you link the first flame, right? That
Yeah.
is obvious based on the cutscenes.
Yeah, but
Right,
in
how
terms of
about
like
knockdown?
normal people that are just happen to be undead, like
Yeah.
there is no real specification as to how long the process takes.
As long as it's
well,
long
Mixer
enough for me to
wouldn't-
do a win. As
Mixer
long as I can do a
wouldn't-
win post. Let me do a win post. Give me
okay.
one win post worth of time, and then
Okay.
after
If you can
Wait.
do a win pose, then like absolutely, like they will be gone for that time being.
A
You
death
have
animation.
taken them out of their fight.
A death animation takes as long as a win pose.
Yeah.
They go
Yeah.
Wonderful.
If you get him by surprise, you'll win. He's not really wearing any heavy armor. He's wearing cloth armor, right?
He's not wearing heavy armor. He doesn't have super great armaments. He also isn't like that proficient of a sorcerer
He doesn't
in
wear
any
like
regard.
magic armor, magic body. Is there a body armor spell? Is there a body armor boost?
In Dark Souls 1, there's
I
yes for the shields, but that's about it.
All right.
Does he
I
have
think
that
this is actually a
spell?
win.
I don't.
I think
I
this is actually a
think he
win.
might have that spell, but I don't remember. Like this guy does not have that much. If like, how big is this alleyway? How far apart do you guys stand?
Underpass of a highway. I think that's what.
Okay, I'm gonna go
to.
to sleep. I'm gonna
See,
wish
See,
you
have
luck,
a
Mixer.
fantastic
I
night.
hope you can kill
I
all
think
these
I'm gonna need it.
NPCs.
These NPCs are gonna get fight of their lives.
I wish
You
you
also have
luck.
to do the bosses afterwards, but like that's
Oh
just
God.
death. That's just
Yeah.
constant death.
Wow, they picked a funny picture for Guinevere as well.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
did not notice.
that's concept art if I remember right.
Wait, really? I thought
Yeah, I'm
this
pretty
was
sure
just
that's
like corny
concept
fan art.
It might be, or there was the reason why Guinevere looks like that was because one of the concept artists drew her like that.
Hmm. The guy in the red hood. Now this is armor
Yeah,
I
that's
found, but I
Inward.
never. Mm-hmm.
What were you gonna say?
I actually never encountered this NPC. I think I only found his armor.
Okay.
Probably in a different game as well.
Okay, so the lore between Ingward is I believe that's their name. Ingward is one of 3 sealers of New Londo ruins. Basically, in New Londo, it used to be a really big town. There was this really big, effectively tower/well that led into the abyss. The abyss is just forever darkness. That's where the powers of the dark comes from. The darkness is a physical concept in within this world. The abyss and the powers of dark basically grew further because the 4 kings that ruled over New Londo um, accepted the powers of the dark and became corrupted by it. So in order to stop the spread of the abyss, the 3 sealers basically flooded New Londo and closed this giant iron door, like massive, like towering over everything else. They closed this giant ass iron door and sealed the abyss. The abyss cannot spread. It's completely fucking flooded. And there's a giant door stopping it. Ingward is one of the 3 sealers. They're actually the only sealer that is still around. Everyone else abandoned their posts. So Ingward is forced to stay there. Now, this means that Ingward is no longer keeping guard on the door, which is a very bad situation, first of all. But in terms of combat ability for this guy, they're not particularly strong either. Assuming that we're in an alleyway where someone cannot reasonably cast most spells in quick enough succession before you get into, close enough range, like point blank range, you have a pretty good shot. However, Ingward may try to have you replace their post as a sealer if
How
they
do they go
can.
about doing that? Could I avoid this with any level of consistency?
You could kill them, which
Ah.
is definitely doable, I would say.
Are both of these fights more probable that I win, or is it
It
more
is
ambiguous?
leaning towards you winning. That's what I would say.
Here we go.
It's not a free win, but I would say it's leaning.
All right, we'll get.
The thing is, I think, like if they're aware of you, Vinheim, is that Vinheim?
That's Griggs. Griggs of Vinheim.
Griggs of Vinheim. Griggs actually has a high chance because he has a shield.
Yep.
Right.
Griggs
But
has a shield and is
if it
technically trained for combat because the sorcerers at Vinheim, there's basically a giant like university for magic at Vinheim. They would be proficient within at least some level of combat because of that.
Yeah, but if you're like randomly assaulting and they're not expecting it, then you have it. Even if they're aware, like Kong, you know how to handle firearms. You know about like the 20-foot rule, and it's kind of like a myth, right? But like, would casting a spell be faster than
The drawing?
than
No.
drawing? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
At least based off like cast speed animations within Dark
Yep.
Souls, no.
Well, that's it makes it. You got a pretty high chance against all the mages, honestly, because they're not wearing
So
heavy
the
armor, and
solution
it
is
takes
just
like
run up DP.
solution is to
basically.
run up stabby. Yeah.
Crestfallen Warrior or Crestfallen Soldier, I forget what their name
Oh, you're pretty
exactly
fucked.
is.
That's a lose.
Yeah,
That's
okay, yeah,
death.
Crestfallen is a lose. First of all, Crestfallen is an undead. If they weren't so incredibly cynical about everything and weren't so agonizingly, I won't say the word lazy because they're not necessarily lazy. They're just very dejected about the state of the world. And honestly, I think anyone can really sympathize with them.
Well, the Crestfallen is your archetypal undead who has bought the chainmail armor at the first vendor that they found and eat shit and gave up, right?
Yeah.
So
The Crestfallen
it is
is
your
still
common
a fighter.
Yeah,
They have a longsword. They have a proper shield. They have armor. They know how to fight. In fact, if you
Does he have a shield as well? Oh, did you mention?
yeah, they have a shield. If
I
you
think that's-
try to goad them into fighting by hitting them in the game, they will taunt you after they kill you. They know how to fight. You will not win this fight. Especially not well. Here's the one thing I would say that could give you an edge on this against Crestfallen. You obviously can't slash through chainmail, but this guy isn't wearing a helmet. Unlike most people that are armored in this game, you have a place where you could feasibly stab or slash.
Can we?
I think it's a very slim chance.
I also feel like lose as a condition does not actually exist because in Dark Souls NPCs
No one's gonna
anger-
negotiate with you.
Yeah,
At least not at first.
and you know they will kill you, and then you get a chance to make amends via Velka, but
Yeah.
you're not undead.
Is
So-
Velka
so-
on this list? I am looking right now.
So there is no lose. These are only variations.
Yeah,
of
because they
that.
don't. This is kind of like Toho. They don't actually expect to perma kill you because what the hell are you doing in Londo in
And
Lordran, right?
Lordran. Yeah, so
they will
Crestfallen,
kill
the guy
you
that's in
and be
chainmail
like-
sitting down. I think you're just.
This guy.
Oh no,
is-
not that one. It's the one that you put up on the tier list already in the win.
Yeah, you put him on win for some reason. The guy in full
Oh.
armor.
Yeah, that guy is probably gonna kill you.
Yeah,
I would say there's a very slim chance. If you want to make a difference and having a very slim chance at winning, that is one of the very few people you have a slim chance at winning against.
you might want to
Just because they do not wear a helmet and they have
Yeah.
a place where you could feasibly attack.
You might want to make it
Well-
a tier for like likely death,
Hmm.
right? And because death is supposed to be absolute death, right? This is yeah, dumb. Yes, the dumb tier.
All right, this cat, I can probably kick it.
Okay, first of
No,
all,
this is
the
the
cat
invincible
you
cat
could
we're
not
talking about.
this cat is the basically the leader of the forest guardians or the forest keepers. they're basically a spirit. You cannot physically touch the cat at all. If you attempt to attack the cat, they will dissipate and disappear. That is it. By attacking the cat, you have basically anchored an entire covenant of people who are guarding a sacred forest that has the grave of one of the true, genuine heroes within all of Lordran, which is Knight Artorias. Knight Artorias is like probably the closest thing you can get to being a saint within the world. You will get your shit kicked in by all the people that are guarding the grave.
Can he get
That's way
truce
later.
by attacking the cat and then pledging his faith to the covenant?
After you attack the cat, okay, within the game, if
It
you
doesn't
attack,
do anything, right?
if you attack the cat disappears.
Oh,
You no longer will be able to join the covenant.
oh,
I believe it generates covenant sin, so you will derank in it, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't anger the forest guardian NPCs, which is the weird part. But within the lore, you're attacking effectively their leader, and their leader cannot be physically attacked. So regardless, like
Yeah, Lord
best
takes
case
precedent.
scenario, you get away from this scot free, but like you cannot kill this being, so you will not win. You won't even have a chance. They'll just disappear. And best case scenario, nothing happens. Worst case scenario, you have a bunch of people that are guarding this one specific forest that are very angry at you, but they
Will
will
they
not
kill
leave
me?
that forest. They're there to guard that forest.
I almost feel like possible escape could be a tier then in this case, because he just has to stab the cat and then run away and escape the bounding
This is
box of the forest.
this is a happy chaos scenario, which
Yeah,
I
this is
cannot win the thing in the fight, and no, it's not happy chaos. It's different
the
because
result is very ambiguous because best case scenario, nothing happens. Worst case scenario, you have a bunch of people very angry at you and they all want to kill you.
but they're also like
Basically, there's
nowhere
too
near
much.
me.
Yeah,
There's too much separation between lore and gameplay for this one.
yeah.
Lord takes precedent.
It's not.
They will.
I would say lore takes precedent, but even then, the forest keepers would not leave the forest. They're there to guard the grave, and that's about it. Um,
All right, who's
is
this
that
gangly looking?
Quilana? That's hard to tell. That looks like Quilana.
Open an image, new tab, zoom.
That's Quilana. All right.
She'll burn you. Oh no,
Yeah.
no.
So
She.
Quilana in a fight will absolutely burn you with some of the strongest pyromancies in the world.
Wait.
She
If
holds like
Mix was in
forbidden
an
knowledge.
alleyway, would the Fort Keepers even bother coming to attack him who has attacked the cat? Because this is always an alleyway.
No, that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that the best case scenario is nothing happens.
I think that's like every scenario, because they're not unless the alleyway is in the forest. He's safe.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm
So-
saying, like, I don't know. There's still people like Shiva of the East who are within the Covenant that just kind of roam around, right? There's no saying that we can't just have like they can't just like send out someone as an assassin.
Oh, that's true.
So
Is Creolana death? How strong is the gold rimmed set? It's a regular mage set, and she's pretty peaceful.
No, Quilana wears the same set that all the other Daughters of Chaos wear.
I mean, she's the only daughter of chaos you see, though.
Well, she's the only alive one
Yes.
that isn't horribly transformed.
Yeah.
So Quilana is she's an incredibly powerful pyromancer. has some of the strongest pyromancies within the world or within the game, she will just burn you. That is it. There's no question about it. If you try to instigate a fight against her, she will just burn you.
But it's
Um,
it's another alleyway mage battle.
Mhm.
So unless if you
They're
say that,
fast pyromancies though. They're really fast pyromancies.
oh,
She could
okay,
just
okay.
do like fire stream and that's it. You just die instantly. You
And
just be burned.
and she'd probably like be better at noticing him than all the other not as combat trained.
Yeah,
the
she
younger
lives in
mages.
incredibly hostile environment.
Oh,
She's
yeah, she
she's
lives in
seen
po-
a lot of shit.
All right. Yeah,
Um,
that is death.
yeah,
Same jellyfish pie. Yeah,
yeah, that is it.
precedent where if you are trained in fighting, I am not winning.
Yeah, that is it. Next up is a sorcerer blacksmith that's trapped in New Londo in the jail cell. This guy, I don't remember their name. They don't have like super big lore associated besides the fact that they came from Vinheim, like all the other sorcerers for the most part. They're kind of just a blacksmith. That's about it.
I mean, it's Griggs in this case. It's just more Griggs.
Yeah, they know sorceries, of course. They've been trained in the school of Vinheim, but they're not a person that's known for combat. They're known as a person that infuses weapons with magic. I would say that's a win.
Yeah. You're
Priscilla.
You're not winning.
Priscilla is okay. So Priscilla is
She's nice.
there's controversial lore about it, but she's like basically hinted at being a part dragon, part human being who got sealed away in a painting because that is too horrific of an idea for the world. So we had to keep that away hidden forever. Priscilla will not instigate a fight against you. In fact, she will very kindly ask you to leave. At least in the context of when you interact with her in the game.
You can't actually beat her, by the way. Don't. She is.
You will not win against her. So Priscilla, if you were trying to actually fight Priscilla can turn invisible. First of all,
doesn't she let you off from like the first hit? I guess all the NPCs, most of the NPCs do that. Actually, they think it's a mistake. So you are still fighting them.
It depends. It's damage dependent, by the way. So some weapons, yes, can trigger it instantly, but most of the times, no.
This is like 9 feet tall. She's like a 9 feet tall dragon woman.
She's really tall.
Nice.
She holds a giant ass scythe, and she can turn invisible. We're in an alleyway. It's dark. You're not going to be able to easily track of her by how she like moves along the ground. If you try to fight her, you're just dead. That's it. But you probably can negotiate something here, because Priscilla is honestly a very kind person. She doesn't want to fight.
I feel like if it comes to negotiation, most of the NPCs are willing to negotiate, but just like not after the fight.
Yeah.
I can take a punch and she's like, yo, go somewhere else. I can just say, oh, I have to fight you or I can't return.
Honestly, if you state your intentions and what you're bound to, she probably would honor that. She just wants to be left alone. That's really about it.
Alright, Isekai Mixer would thus have this knowledge.
Yes.
In which case.
Yeah, that's about it. Like
I would.
You could definitely negotiate with Priscilla, be like, I'm being forced to do this against my will. And that's about it.
Priscilla is like actually one of the nicest people in Dark Souls. She does not deserve a fate like hers.
Yeah.
She's also very cute.
She just wants to be left alone. That's it. She's been imprisoned, and honestly, if you explain to her that you're being forced to do this against her will, she would probably be really sympathetic because she was forced into a painting against her will, and she just has to make the best of it.
I've never even fucking met Priscilla, and I always thought she was just like a kind of cool character.
All right. Moving on though. Next up, we got Dusk Ulakyle. Dusk is literally she does not fight. It's an easy win if you choose to fight her. Honestly, I don't think you can even negotiate anything out of her that would be useful for you. You could just kill her. That's it.
Right.
Solaire.
He's super nice, but
I'm pretty sure
You
that's
you
just
cannot
immediately
win
dead.
in a fight against Solaire.
yeah,
Not as a
Yeah.
regular human being. He's
This artwork
wears
is a lot.
heavy armor. He's a trained soldier. Probably one of the most like well-trained regular people that are just happen to be undead. Like he's still a regular person within the world, but he's like a renowned soldier. Willingly goes out of his way to help other people fight stuff. And also can cast he can literally throw lightning bolts. Not the strongest in the world, but he's a very strong individual.
he'd probably ask why a hollow is. He'd probably be like, "Oh, a hollow is attacking me and accidentally decapitate you."
Yeah. You cannot
Wait,
win in a fight against him, but you can definitely negotiate something with him because he's a person that is openly wants to help other people.
So
Isekai
what?
Mixer is bound to. I have to at least instigate a fight, but afterwards, I will permit myself, in my best interest, to do whatever possible to result in not death. That's how I got out of the Appa fight. I fight Appa, and then I do my best public
Okay.
speaking skills. Alright,
You
so
know what?
I can
You know
punch this guy, and he won't instantly vaporize me.
I think
Yeah.
in this case, like a lot of death and up for NPCs can actually be moved all the way up to truce, because they're kind of
Not. It depends. I don't think for Quilana.
really
Not for Quilana. I
just an
don't think.
accidental fire blast, boom, toasted mixer
Yeah.
for dinner. All right.
Yeah.
The good old Satsuki special.
But for Solaire, if you hit Solaire, right? If you like punch him in the back or something like that, first of all, he's not going to feel that much because of the armor. Second of
you're giving
all,
him like a friendly hug.
first of all, like that, and then like second of all, if you are obviously not trying to kill him afterwards, you can probably be like, "Hey, I'm being forced to do this. I've been summoned to this world," which Solaire would know that. He would be one, sympathetic to that idea. Two, he wants to help other people. You could team up to hunt down someone else, right? Or whatever. And Solaire would be totally down for that.
Blair seems like a cool,
He's super
upstanding
cool.
guy. I
Yeah,
want to
look,
be buddies with this
Solaire is
guy.
a fan
Solaire
favorite.
is so strong that Dark Souls lore masters thought he was a fucking son of a god until Dark Souls 3 happened, and this guy named the Nameless King showed up, and Miyazaki went, "No, your lore is wrong. Please shut the fuck up now."
What
Uh,
a nice fellow.
Next
All
up,
right.
we got Andre the Blacksmith.
He's cool. Laugh it off, truce.
Yeah, so Andre, if you choose to fight with him, he's like a bare knuckle brawler.
Oh yeah.
He's one of the very few people in this game that will bare fist fight you. He's really tall. He's still a regular human being, right? He's not like a
Yeah.
giant or anything. He's not
He-
like an actual giant,
He
but
also
he's
does-
a really tall human.
Andre, the
He also
very
does
tall.
like very good damage against even if you're wearing armor. So
He's strong. He's a blacksmith. He's worked as a blacksmith his entire life. That's literally the only thing he does.
if he has to fight you, you are dead.
Yeah, but you were
he would crush
fighting
your skull.
like you were
But
fighting a more fair fight because of the lack of armor. But like, I don't think it'll matter too much. It is like
I feel like stabbing him would be like trying to stab some guy wearing a regular guy wearing like leather armor. Like
it will,
it'd be
it will
hard.
impair him, but it doesn't matter because it's like, what are you gonna take out? Well, like a leg or like what, one arm? And that's pretty much about it. Unless you actually just like stab him in his throat or something like that. But I don't think you'll be able to reach that tall. Like Andre is straight up like easily 8-9 feet.
So we're
I'm
fighting for
5'8".
truth.
We're making like Isekai Mixer has this knowledge readily at his disposal. I could just like not stab him, but still go for a full force punch because I'm bound by the rules of this, right? And then say, "Oh wait, yo, my bad. I actually don't have a choice. My bad. Please spare my life."
You think
Man,
Andre is the kind of guy who would be like, let us fight in a boxing match, you and me, until one of
let's
us
fight
taps out.
like gentlemen.
Let's fight like gentlemen.
Alright. Well, I need to consult some dialogue real quick to come to a decision on this one.
I feel like so many of these characters are in truce tier though.
It
Oh.
depends. I really think it depends. I know, well, Blacksmith Andre, you might be able to
Oh,
get away with.
Man, Elizabeth is
Actually,
there? Does Elizabeth have the standard punching power a mushroom does? If you attack her?
I would hope so.
Because I feel like sometimes they treat the NPCs differently, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to find a good wiki with all the Andre dialogue. There we
Isn't
go.
it just Wikidot? They have all dialogue. I think.
Wikidot doesn't show up SEO wise that much anymore.
You just have to type in the word Wikidot, but you got all dialogue
Yeah.
on Wikidot.
Well, I'm looking at good old Wikia.
At least is Wikia better or worse than Fextra Life? They're both kind
Factual
of.
Life doesn't include dialogue.
Oh.
Never includes dialogue. Yeah, so I mean, Andre. The thing is, Andre's a genuinely nice person as well. They don't want to necessarily instigate a fight with you. They're only gonna fight if you need to.
The fight will be instigated by me on almost all counts, unless like this person sees me, locks on, shoots a thing at me, and I am vaporized instantaneously.
They're not gonna vaporize you. They're still a regular human being. They're just really tall and strong. So
I
they're
feel
gonna
like
come at you basically like a grappler or like a boxer, right? But
But
I
I'm not
mean,
gonna get Satsuki special on
you're not
this.
gonna get Satsuki special. They're a regular human being still.
nothing in Dark Souls. Very few things in Dark Souls are vaporized here that don't take a lot of time.
Well, I mean, if we're
Like-
looking at NPCs, yes, because most of these people are just regular people.
Well, no, I
Right.
think even bosses like they have to wind up for their attacks. Dark Souls like necessarily always has a lot of startup animation.
I will disagree on that.
Oh,
I will disagree on that because you have not seen the monstrosity that is Artorias or Manus.
okay, that is true.
Andre, if you want to fight him fair and square, 1 in a million. If you want to try to negotiate something, I don't know. He's gonna be really angry. It's gonna be hard to reason with him, I think. But he's a really good-natured person. Otherwise,
So it's a 1 in a million both ways. True score win.
after instigating a fight, I think it'll be really difficult. But he's a good-natured person. Otherwise, if you can very obviously show your intention of not trying to actually start a fight, I don't know how, but then that would be the game changer, in my opinion.
It's unlikely enough. We'll throw it in this tier.
Okay.
All right, Khan Mikan profile picture.
Yeah, good old Dark Moon Gwendolyn. Dark Moon Gwendolyn is, first of all, an actual god. First of all,
This is
Dark Moon
not.
Gwendolyn is the son of Lord Gwyn. Lord Gwyn is one of the first of the few beings that existed in this world that weren't dragons. Lord Gwyn is a literal god, and Dark Moon Gwendolyn is also a literal god.
So I cannot win this fight.
You you could theoretically kill gods in this world. Gods are not invincible beings.
They're one of the
However, they're
more
incredibly strong beings.
they're one of the more surprisingly killable things in the Dark Souls world. They're probably
Yeah.
easier to kill than an undead, and definitely easier to kill than a dragon.
Ye- yes. Yes, on technicalities for both of them.
Yeah.
Um, so Darkmoon Gwendolyn is a Darkmoon Gwendolyn was raised as like being really proficient in like sorceries. Darkmoon Gwendolyn, first of all, never leaves his chambers for lore reasons. On multiple reasons. Not only before the fall of An Orlando and also during it. So the fact that Darkmoon Gwendolyn is out just in an alleyway is already like changes protocol a lot.
The enemies will have whatever they would reasonably have if they were in this situation, which is alley at 11 p.m. So for
Okay.
some characters, like what we did for Dizzy, was Dizzy would also, for no reasonable reason, be outside
Mhm.
of the palace. But
Mhm.
if she was, for whatever reason, she would absolutely be with Kai. And then Kai beats the shit out of me, and then he throws me in jail, which
Okay.
was the basis for the Dizzy fight.
Well, first of all, Darkmoon Gwendolyn would never
Yeah.
be outside of his chambers. Not only when Mordrin was fine and there was peace in the land, but also during the chaos that is what happens in Dark Souls 1. But if Gwendolyn still had to be summoned away, Gwendolyn is incredibly proficient at sorceries. Probably the strongest, most powerful sorcerer in all of the lore ever.
Including Aldrich?
Aldrich is a
I guess
technicality because Aldrich only got strong because Aldrich consumed the souls of other beings.
Yeah, but that
Right.
would okay, I would say no, you're probably right. Gwendolyn at his peak is probably stronger than Aldrich post
Yeah.
consumption, but in Dark Souls 3 everything's all fucked up and sad, so
So Gwendolyn,
sense.
as soon as Gwendolyn knows that he is not within An Orlando, is probably gonna do already like magic fuckery. First of all, Gwendolyn specializes primarily at illusion sorceries. Gwendolyn literally changed all of a giant city to look different. Have sunlight. And basically created a bunch of imaginary like super soldiers. So as soon as Gwendolyn knows that he is not within his chambers, he's probably going to immediately change the battlefield to whatever he wants.
We are no longer the
illusion. What the fuck am I doing here? Illusion, homing soul mass. Whoops! There's a blood splatter on the ground right now.
Yeah, so
Okay,
beyond
this
just
is Toho.
creating illusions, Gwendolyn is immediately going to create a giant like array of orbs that will home into you and just like immediately destroy you.
Gwendolyn
That is it. Gwendolyn is no joke.
he's
it's
Toho
just
tier.
the
Like
Tufu,
like
the
both
Tufu.
of the mages you lose to are would Toho you. Whoops! What is this? What is this fine mist in the air? And why does it smell like iron?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just death,
Elizabeth.
non-negotiable death.
Elizabeth. Well, first of all, Elizabeth is going to be isekai'd from the past, so let's
This
ignore
month.
that.
Wait, does she not have arms?
No.
This might actually just be Win.
Well, yeah. As far as I understand it, Elizabeth cannot move. Elizabeth also is a nice creature to begin with. Elizabeth will probably offer pieces of her that you can eat or just like offer as proof of defeating her. If you choose to kill her, you can, and you probably would be able to.
I mean,
And there's
in
some
this case, you always
truths.
go for the highest one, in which you would go for a win, right?
No, truths. Having this guy as a certified person I have had a conversation with and I've come to an agreement with is the best to me. Right, as
Oh,
long in Isekai Mixer will have knowledge of what this conversation was and will negotiate the best possible outcome.
oh, okay,
If
okay.
I beat this mushroom in a fight, right,
Hmm.
I get no parts of shroom. I get no souvenir.
Yeah.
However, negotiating a truce, I get souvenir. Thus, better outcome. Thus,
Right,
All
truce.
right.
right.
All right.
So we are maximizing not damage but reward.
You know,
Yeah.
this cat is an
Uh,
exception. This cat should really go like in the middle somewhere. Cat does not follow up.
Yeah.
He's
The cat is
better.
I'd say
he's a
unranked
problem.
always goes to the bottom, and it should not be in red, but like gray.
All right. Well, we got that sorted out. Next up, we got Ray of Thorland. Okay. First of all, canonically, this character is like probably she's not
Uh,
gonna be the easiest thing you can kill, but very close to one of the easiest things you can kill in
she's one
terms
of
of from this
the,
list.
I guess, truce.
You know what? You could negotiate a truce. Actually, she okay. Her whole deal is she's in Lordran because she wants to fulfill a pilgrimage to have the rite of kindling. The rite of kindling is what lets you um basically make fires bigger within the world. Um, this is
Got
necessary
it.
because wait, what were you gonna say?
Wait, this is no. Please continue.
Okay, the rite of kindling is necessary because basically within the world of Dark Souls, um, the all fires within the world exist because of the first flame. Before the world was ruled by the gods and also human beings, um, the world was basically like this dark, empty void inhabited by dragons, and the dragons lived in these really tall trees. Um, but out of nowhere, there was a flame that appeared, and from that fire arose multiple different beings. Um, there was the furtive pygmy, which we'll ignore for this right now. We'll probably get to that when we do the bosses. But there's also Lord Gwyn, um, the oh I forget what was the name of the first chaos whatever. It was before it was before they were actually chaos like beings and like demons, but like the first pyromancer. I forget their name off the top of my head. Um, but there was her, and there was also Lord Nito, um, who was the first of the dead. Um, those were all like literal gods, and then from afterwards rose up humans from the dark shadows that the fire cast. Um, all fires are a part of the first flame, effectively. Um, and continuing the flame and continuing fire in this world basically requires sacrifice um, of humanity and effectively souls. Uh, so the rite of kindling is what lets you make fires bigger by contributing more humanity and more souls to a flame. Fires cannot just be like um, they're not just something you can just add just any fuel to prolong within the world. Um, but I'm getting off track here. Rhea is looking for the rite of kindling. She is leading a pilgrimage, um, but she's not a fighter. She is a priest, and that's about it.
Do priests get cool like magic priest stuff? Am I
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get
Yeah,
hit
they
by
do.
a
They can. They
next
can. They can
But
perform
she-
miracles.
She does
but
like very defensive stuff. I imagine very few priests
yeah, yeah. So
have lightning, which is what you want to do if you really want to deal damage as a priest. I think.
yeah. So Rhea can teach you miracles if you choose to learn them. The miracles she teaches are mostly healing spells. That's about it. Rhea is not a fighter.
You don't think she could go into truce tier?
No,
I don't know.
definitely, she can definitely be in a truce tier because all she's looking for is the rite of kindling.
Right. So
She
soften her
would
face, tell her you're
probably.
sorry.
You can probably tell her like, sorry, I don't have it or whatever. She might ask you to try to assist her on the pilgrimage or come with her, but like that'll be about it.
I need
Is there a chance?
assistance
Do I
on the
get
right.
to learn? Do I
Is
get
there?
a chance to learn a healing spell?
Yes,
Sure.
absolutely, absolutely.
Do you believe in God?
Pro- if they can perform healing spells, then yeah, sure, I'm down.
This
need
is you
tangible
know
healing spell.
she tells you she has to perform her rite of killing. You tell her you need to perform the rite of punching a woman in the face.
It is an
And-
unfortunate thing I must do.
and then
Oh, you know what? You know what? Actually,
you perform
if
your
Rhea,
rite.
okay, so Rhea is always guarded by other people that she's on the pilgrimage with. Here's the actual issue. If you go out, Rhea would always be with the other people on the
Also, she
pilgrimage.
reasonably
Oh,
would
that is
be
true.
with these people at 11 p.m.
I mean, they're kind of always traveling. That's the thing.
Oh, then yeah, they'll reasonably be with her. Then I have to.
There are two people on her with well, technically three people on the pilgrimage with her. The other three people can all kick the shit out of you. They are armored. They have weapons. They know how to use them. And they are there specifically to guard and guide Rhea on the pilgrimage.
Is Haircut armored? Haircut just wears like robes, right?
No, haircut wears weapons. He wears like a leather armor kind of thing.
Oh, does
Actually,
he?
everyone wears that similar type of armor.
I thought it was only the other two that wears the armor, and the Haircut just wears like.
No, Petrus still wears armor.
Oh, that
Can
was
the
his name.
entourage be negotiated with? Can I say, whoops, my bad, but I actually
Is Haircut
really
on this
have
tier
it."
list?
Yeah, Petrus is on here. The other ones, Nico and the other one, they aren't on here though. This list is missing some very minor
I
NPCs
see
that don't
Haircut
matter.
right there. Oh, he's wearing the bandit set. Oh, I wonder why. Yeah,
Yeah,
Haircut will probably just like smoke you.
They all theoretically could. Are they gonna attack you on site? I mean, they're attacking. Petrus might attack you for other reasons,
I
but
almost feel
Nico,
like they
Nico and
wouldn't
the
care.
other ones. Well, yeah,
No,
Petrus
Petrus
would
does
be
dispose
angry
of
for
you.
other reasons, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Nico and the other one that I forget the name of, like they're there specifically so they can guard Rhea on this pilgrimage. Like they come from a land called Thorland. Thorland is a place where all like the clerics and priests and people are coming from on a pilgrimage. Well, I mean, a lot of people are coming to Lordran for all sorts of different reasons, but they see it as a holy pilgrimage to do so, because Lordran is where Anor Londo is, and thus is where the gods are. Nico and the other person would see this as a very important task to them. And same thing with Rhea. This is a very important mission. So honestly, I think they would. I think they would actually get immediately pissed and try to attack you and as retaliation.
There is no chance for negotiation. There is no whoopsies, my bad, but I
You can
had to do it.
negotiate probably with Rhea directly, but I don't know if you can. I don't. The guards would immediately react to trying to kill you.
This is a Kai situation. I mean, this is a Dizzy and Kai situation, except
Yeah.
now there's like 3 Kais.
Yeah, effectively.
If the,
I would say it's closer to 2.5 Kais.
Yeah.
if they will absolutely, if they were are set on like if there's no chance for explanation, then it takes precedent, right? I
Mhm.
have to be able to deal with everything that would reasonably be
So
equipped.
you need to. So this is what I would call mutually assured destruction, because I think you can actually just fucking stab her, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is mad. Does that go above chance?
No, I think that's a chance to win.
Yeah, where do you put mutually assured destruction in terms of like tier listing?
Yeah, I might need another category,
Oh, I
honestly.
mean, absolutely.
Yeah, this one's definitely a complex situation. You absolutely can kill Rhea. If she were alone, you could definitely negotiate like a massive truce and like learn some holy scripture that'll heal you or something better. But she's on the pilgrimage. She's there for the pilgrimage. She's always guarded.
Yeah, we've had mad before. Not too unusual of a tier place.
Hmm
Next one.
Matt has
Uh,
existed only one other time.
That's the merchant.
that's the
Or
Balder Knight that gives you the black sword and other cool stuff.
yeah,
The um get the definitely not Guts's great sword. Some other shit that I don't remember. This guy is this guy comes from he is a Balder Knight. The Balder Knights come from an unspecified land as far as I remember. But basically a ton of people sent out the finest of their military to try to reach Anor Londo to try to get um, a solution to the undead curse. Um, all of them have failed. That's the reality of the situation. All of the world's finest militaries have not been able to reach Anor Londo to seek, um, an answer to the curse. Um, this guy is one of the people that would have been sent out. He's basically seen all of his, I guess, brother in arms like literally hollow over time. Um, they're still a trained fighter. In fact, the Balder Knights are some of the most like renowned of the soldiers. Between them and the Knights of Astora, like you're just dead.
No negotiation, just business.
If
Where
you're
we
gonna
stand.
try to attack him, yes. If you're gonna try to attack him first, he's gonna fucking whip around and just immediately go down to business.
Going down
yeah.
to business is not a aspect of
That's
mixer victory.
Hawkeye Go.
Isn't he friendly? The other
Hawkeye
black
Go
giant is pretty.
is going to be friendly until you attack him. Now, here's the real question. Hawkeye Go is a giant. Hawkeye Go is also blind. Hawkeye Go has been transported to this alleyway that apparently has a highway overpass over him. I'm not sure if Hawkeye Go can fit under that overpass.
He can go into the section slightly to the left of the overpass where it is
Okay.
the school building.
Hawkeye Go has incredible hearing. In fact, does everything based off hearing. Um, he hunts dragons or has hunted dragons in the past. In the early days of Dark Souls lore, Hawkeye Go is such a proficient archer. He can just hear a dragon flying and be able to land a shot from that. Um, Hawkeye
He
Go
would
would probably
easily
be
jank his
immediately be
bow.
able to tell he's like in a different place just by how things sound. Um, he cannot see you, but he would definitely be able to hear you approaching. So you would have to make a very stealthy approach to him, and even once you get close, like you have what at most a 4-inch blade against a giant. Like this guy is literally, I would say, at least 50 feet tall, if not more. You might, however, be able to negotiate a truce if you do not if it's not obvious that you're trying to kill him.
Like the other thing is,
I have
Mixer does
to
not have to
attempt
use the
to.
knife. Mixer does not have
I
to use
don't
the knife.
have to use the knife, but I do have to fight with I have to when I fight first. When I instigate this fight, I have to fight with the intention of a doing enough damage that would lead to a victory. And so I have to go for a full force punch. Whether or not
You
this
go
giant
for a
would
full
perceive
face
that.
punch, he is not going to feel that much. That is the
Alright, yeah,
reality.
that is the goal. Afterwards, I can begin. Please spare my life. It was a prank. I didn't want to go home.
Okay, Hawkeye Go would Hawkeye Go is the thing with Hawkeye Go is actually a pretty kind-hearted individual as well. Like he killed dragons because the dragons were gonna kill them anyways, right?
You ever
Um,
mentioned the fact that he might not be blind after all? I don't know if that changes
well,
anything.
I mean that's still contentious, right?
That's true.
That is like a contentious bit of lore, and even if he isn't blind, it's probably is that he uh
Well, he
either
doesn't
doesn't
know.
see very well or still doesn't use that as like his primary sense,
True.
right?
Well, it came over time though.
Hmm.
Like I think he used to be sighted, and then the blindness overtook him, and that was That was implied to be the amber on his helmet that he never
Yeah.
took off. So in
Yeah.
which case, he definitely did use sight as his primary method at least one point in time, right?
Well, yeah, but like not now. Like that's the only like
I guess
relevant
that's
part.
true.
Hawkeye Go likes wood carving as like a hobby. So if you were to negotiate with him, like assuming you go up, like make it very clear that your intention is you are approaching him and you're not just gonna like, or I guess you could also just stealthily do it, just like punch him in the back, just to like, it would effectively be shoulder tapping, except you'll probably be punching him like in his thigh or something like that. Um, just to like get his attention. You could probably then be, just ask, um, for like wood carvings or whatever. And you could throw the wood carvings on the ground and they'll say different messages that are funny. So you could probably request something funny from that too.
I guess the initial intent for truce is do you have to go for one solid punch or swing of the knife before anything else.
Okay, I have
But you get to
access to
choose
the
between
tool.
fist and knife.
No.
And then
Oh
after
yeah, I
that,
have
you can
access to
begin
the tool. I do
negotiation.
not have to use it. Right, I just have to go for a intention of fighting. I have to
Honestly,
make an
out of
intention.
all the characters that would be most prone to angering from hitting them, it would probably be Priscilla, but I would still think Priscilla would be sympathetic after you explain everything.
Yeah.
Hawkeye Go would not feel like anything from it, and you would get a funny wood carving from it.
Elizabeth wouldn't be angry. I think she'd just be sad based on what I hear about her.
Yeah, Elizabeth was transformed into this shape. Elizabeth is not supposed to be a mushroom, but unfortunately, sometimes things just work out that way.
Wait,
I
if
feel
I
kind of
pull for wait, is this a normal mushroom?
no.
Um,
She has eyes in the mouth.
mushrooms in Dark Souls
No, but like
kind of look
mushroom
like that.
durability, because I do have to
No,
Mushrooms are
that's a
fully
very
giant
hardy.
mushroom.
Mushrooms are very hardy in this world, and
Should I
they're
find a
really big.
video of the mushroom punch?
Yeah. For reference, basically, the mushrooms in this forest, are really big, large beings. The ones that aren't planted into the ground, like Elizabeth, like they can walk around. They're really hardy. Um, they lead like they lead children like they're ducks, basically.
Alright, so I can still punch this thing full force, not seriously hurt it, and then say I would like to apologize.
Yeah, and Elizabeth cannot move. She's planted into the ground.
All right.
Unfortunately.
This is not a great video, but there are better. But that one has a word that I definitely cannot keep in the recording. All right. It includes a Boondocks clip. right? So no.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Why does it have a
But yeah,
Boondocks Club? It's not even referenced in the title.
no, not this one. The other one. The
Oh,
one
okay,
I am not including.
okay.
Right, because
Okay,
it starts with the phrase "What's good," and then the word as he does the "Well, what is it?" pose, and then gets
Okay.
punched in the face. So
Alright,
Mixer,
this is-
load up that video on the stream.
Oh yeah,
People know what's
just
up.
to know what
Oh,
what
yeah,
a
yeah.
mushroom is
For
like
those
in
of
this
us
game.
playing at home post record.
Yeah, the people that have not seen Dark Souls footage before. This is what a lot of Dark Souls footage looks like.
Yeah. That
That's
that
Um,
is the mushroom punch.
Yeah. All right, who you got up next? Got is that? Oh, that's
Little armor.
Knight
Lautrec.
Lautrec of Kareem. Lautrec is first of all um
He is the most
he's
blatantly
imprisoned.
psychotic.
Yeah. He's also
Uh,
imprisoned in a jail cell for very obvious reasons that you would learn if you did the story. But immediately, the assuming he's being transported into this highway overpass, he's gonna be thrilled that he's free, and then he's gonna see you running towards him, and he's just gonna fucking kill you.
yeah.
This
That's
guy wields he dual wields shotels, and he will just like spin around, and just fucking decapitate you. That is it.
This is like the more than gods and incredible magicians and ancient. Like this is the most assured death you will have.
Yep.
I
This
saw
guy
this list
is
and it's like,
this guy is canonically like a serial killer, effectively.
yeah,
Also, I just looking at this list again. This is also missing Mysterious Chester.
I barely know
He's
anything about
Chester,
Mysterious
what a name.
Chester.
Mysterious Chester really should be on this list. He's a very important NPC.
What is?
Okay,
Oh,
that
the
is
giant
that is
blacksmith.
the giant blacksmith. The giant blacksmith. Okay, so
That's
the giant
Triss.
blacksmith is like Hawkeye Go in the sense that they are a giant. Hawkeye Go is actually very intelligent. Most giants are not like they speak in a very simplistic way. I'm not sure if it's necessarily because giants are not very smart within this world, or if it's just because the blacksmith giant chooses to be that way. He's very how should I say this? The blacksmith giant basically only cares about being a blacksmith. If you choose to take a fight with them, they will probably just fucking stomp on you or just like smash you, right?
I believe this is still in truth here, just because giants are very friendly.
Not necessarily.
But okay. I did never find the blacksmith giant, but I assume
Hawkeye
he was one of the
Go.
really friendly ones, right?
I wouldn't say super friendly. They are okay with you.
Okay.
They just want to make shit. That's kind of it.
Mm. All right, I'll leave it to you then because I never got to this part of the game. I'm basing mine off fan interpretation, and oh my god, I can't believe the blacksmith Dark Souls 3. Oh, those are his remains, and everyone is sad.
I mean, the thing is, this guy's not gonna like immediately try to kill you unless it's very clear that you're making a fight with them.
Do you think it would be like permanent
can
impairment where he
successfully-
just like backhands you by accident and like sends you flying, but not in a really deathly manner?
It could be, but like, I guess the real point is they're being transported to this place that they haven't been to, and they're without any of their gear.
No, they'd be with whatever they'd reasonably have with them if they were
Well, they
in
can't.
a
But they can't.
situation
Well, are they
that-
transported with their full like anvil and like
Could you
all
imagine the
their
blacksmith
equipment?
giant without all of his equipment?
Yeah. Well, the blacksmith giant definitely has his hammer, of course.
Yeah.
but are
I
they gonna
think
have like their anvil and like
he'll
everything
probably take
else?
his anvil
Would
with
they
him.
reasonably take it with them if they had to go out at that hour?
He likes smithing.
They don't leave Anor Londo. That's the thing. Almost no one here moves. That's
I guess
there's
the thing.
very few NPCs in this entire list that actually would ever leave where they are.
I guess the expectation is if they were forced out by some tragedy, which that tends to happen a lot in Dark Souls,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
That's the only reason why people ever move in Dark Souls. Would they
Yeah.
carry their shit with them? And the answer is this
course.
dude would totally bring his anvil with him. I
of
think.
course.
Yeah.
So they've effectively had to temporarily set up shop
Yeah.
by this highway overpass.
Yeah.
You go up to this guy and you basically punch him on his like thigh while he's working. Would he feel anything? Probably not much. It would probably be a very similar situation to Hawkeye Go, where he does not feel that much and is kind of confused and is like looking at you.
Just the good old punch. It's like, now that I have your attention, please do tell me in great detail about your wares. I am very interested.
Would
Yeah.
the knife be better so he could be like, "Hey, my knife needs some work."
Honestly,
Is that a prop?
if you start with the punch to get notice and then present the knife, that's a situation where you're like,
Oh.
prepare and fix my fucking shitty knife. Make this shit better. Infuse it with lightning.
I mean,
Actually, no, he can't do lightning infusions. though,
Mixer
but-
has a modern switchblade. I think he would actually be fascinated. I think all the
You know what? That
smiths
is
would be
also true.
fascinated.
All the blacksmiths could be fascinated if you're legitimately trying to. Well, here's the thing with Andre. If you just fucking punch him, he's a regular person. You're punching a regular person.
Yeah, but he's built like a fucking ton of bricks.
Andre the Large Man.
But you are at full force trying to
yeah.
punch just a regular person.
Yeah,
The giant blacksmith is a little bit different. He's
true.
not gonna feel that much in comparison.
That's a shoulder tap versus fucking sock in the face
Yeah,
or the throat because Andre is really tall.
yeah. Yeah, I think Andre might still have to be there just because
all right.
the initial impact is it changes the scale a lot.
All right. This next one is mutually assured destruction.
Yeah, you are okay. No, that's Quillag's sister.
Yeah, you don't think so?
You can kill her. Anyone could kill her. She is basically Quillag's sister. Is basically forever cursed as a human being. She was transformed into like this spider being because of the first attempt to add more fuel to the first flame went horribly wrong.
She's blind and she has no sense of feeling.
Yeah, she is basically forever cursed. She can not speak. Also blind. She's also like constantly, quite unfortunately, creating like these horrific spider egg larvae that just like infect other human beings. In fact, basically anything that they can around her.
It's mutually assured destruction via.
You would,
contagious
yeah, you
diseases.
would become infected by the larva, and you will probably die because of it.
You will get bursted like a fucking balloon.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Next one.
We were doing
Uh,
so
that-
well for so
I forget
long.
their
Big
name, but
win
that's the
or choice?
pyromancy guy.
Laurentius.
Yeah, Laurentis of the Great Swamp.
He's really nice. Don't punch. Don't.
Yeah,
punch.
Laurentis. First of all,
have
Laurentis is transported to this highway overpass when he was trapped in a barrel to be eaten by cannibals. So already, world is looking up for him.
Can we say that instead, the chosen undead freed him from the barrel he went to, and then the chosen undead said, "Oh yeah, I found these pyromancies. They were in this highway overpass."
Okay, if we're going by that logic, We might have to change the other ones, but we'll figure that after this one.
Yeah,
Then.
because I don't like the teleporting thing. I like to imagine
The
that.
teleporting thing is kind of
Yeah,
weird.
you
Yeah.
can always change it because this was made originally. The teleporting thing, there was no teleportation. People would when I originally made Phyllis for Multiply, I just needed a
Yeah.
unified in-universe location. This
Yeah,
can
but
change that.
it's hard with this. I guess yeah.
Could
If
you?
everyone has a reason to voluntarily be over there for whatever reason that is character specific, Laurentis
You
Laurentis
wanna
would be
change it?
there because he wants.
You wanna change it to Firelink Shrine? Because that would be the highway overpass alleyway off the
Yeah,
Dark
highway
Souls world.
overpass.
Effectively, yeah.
Like
Effectively,
that
it
is a
would be.
generic location that people would reasonably be at
Well,
for
that's
whatever
Firelink.
reason.
That's absolutely just Firelink. Then.
Effectively Firelink, but it's also still hard for some of these characters. Like Elizabeth, like cannot move and is literally from the past.
There's no reason Gwendolyn would ever leave his chambers.
Yeah.
But I
But
don't know.
like let's leave those as outliers for everyone that realistically would be at Firelink. Like Laurentis literally only is in Lordran because he's looking for pyromancies. He comes from the Great Swamp. The Great Swamp is basically where all the human pyromancers come from.
Mixer, do you carry a lighter with you at night?
Yeah.
Actually, I have matches.
Oh,
Yeah, matches great.
okay.
Great.
Truce.
He's okay, he's gonna be fascinated with the fact that you can create fire just without a pyromancer's flame. The world of how fire works in Dark Souls as a pyromancer is you need to have a pyromancer's flame. You literally need to have a pocket flame, which would have been effectively a derivative of the first flame with you to use pyromancies. He's gonna be fascinated that you can just create fire just by striking a match. That's like mind blowing.
I was like, "Yo, buddy, you want one? Let me show you."
Yeah.
You could treat your attempt at your initial attack as attempting to light him on fire with the match, and that would work out. I think that would probably be the easiest way to get a truce.
Punch
Yeah,
him with
you'll
a
probably
match in
singe
my
his
hand.
clothes a bit, but I mean, he's
He's
fine
fine.
with it.
I was like,
Like,
that was merely
the
a
swamp
demonstration.
rags.
Allow me to show you my wares.
Yeah, the
And then,
swamp
okay.
rags are meant to be a form of aren't they meant to be mildly fireproof as well?
Yeah, they
They
are.
have high
They're
fire-
very high.
yeah.
They're pretty fire resistant.
Okay, that's a truce.
I see. Okay.
You're getting
Wonderful.
off free. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
You might also want to do that for Kraylana then.
You know what? Yeah, if that's the truth, yeah, you probably could negotiate because the fact that you can just create fire spontaneously is genuinely like world changing for these people because that's just not how it works for them.
I'm like
This-
super glad that we that's Truston, yeah.
Yeah,
Truce?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, I got saved from death.
You like I think there's so much as a modern human to research that like I think you'd be pretty decent.
Yeah,
Like Isekai Mixer has a much better chance than I thought. Maybe even a better chance than Sekai Mixer if once we see his Dark Souls playthrough, right?
Yeah. That's Oswald of Velka, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
No, that's
No?
not Oswald. That's Siren.
Wait, that's what she looks like?
So
That's-
yeah,
kinda-
Lord Blade Siren exists. Okay, so she was basically one of the few people that was with Lord Artorias. Lord Artorias basically the only like saint within the world, literally legendary hero that killed dragons and tried to save the world from the spreading abyss. Lord Blade Siren was basically within this group of dragon slayers along with Lord Artorias. She is like a really fast assassin. She wields 2 different blades. You're just gonna get assassinated. That's just the
You're just
reality.
gonna eat
If you're
shit.
trying to instigate a fight against her, she will just kill you.
This is
Yeah.
this is Toho tier of accidental decapitation. This is
But
death.
I mean, if you had a way to avoid
This is
fighting
not
her,
death. This is chance. Haircut. Haircut is.
yeah,
Either
we'll
chance
get
or
to
one.
that. I want to explain for
Oh.
Lord Blade Siren. If you had a way to make it very obvious to her that you are not actually trying to start a fight, you would be fine. But if you have
Do
to
not
run
have
up
this
and
stuff.
even like punch her, you're already showing intent. You're just gonna get stabbed.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Alright,
get
that's
cauterized by her knife.
unfortunate.
All right.
Uh,
Haircut time.
Yeah, Petrus the Thorland. Petrus the Thorland is actually a nice person
Is he?
on the surface level.
Ah.
He doesn't want to be associated with anyone for lore reasons. He actually, you have to go out of your way to really get anything out of this guy in terms of you know religion, like being given access to miracles, literally anything. This guy will kick your shit in, like all the other people that are on the pilgrimage with Rhea of Thorland. He will kill you if necessary.
It's
Wait,
also
if
very
I do
reasonable that he would not be with the rest of the party. Rhea is never alone, but Petrus is.
Yeah, so Petrus
Much
could be
of a-
alone,
Yeah.
and I'm still considering this with Petrus is alone because for the first half of the game, Petrus is alone.
I'd say this
He's
is
waiting for everyone else to come.
This is a bit of like 1 in a million chance as well. Except this guy is much more ruthless than the other. two,
Yes,
right?
yes, absolutely. This guy's not gonna instantly kill you.
But he's a
You
crazy
could still
motherfucker.
theoretically kill him just because his head is not armored, and that alone.
Are any of these people going to? Okay, we should look at the rest of this and see if anyone
About
would
this,
perma
if I do
impair.
fire punch on this person, does this person's party kill me with fire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, never mind.
Yeah.
Alright.
Wait. If
fire
you
stuff,
what do you
like,
mean by a fire punch? First of all,
light a match and then punch the person.
She's not
yes,
a pyromancer.
you're still going to get. They're gonna be. They're just gonna basically assume that you're punching someone with a pyromancy's flame.
Yeah.
Ah,
They're not gonna notice the difference
Yeah.
effectively.
Is there a lot of interdisciplinary magical mingling in the Souls universe outside of the
No.
hexes?
No.
Damn.
No. There
Feels
is
like-
basically none because pyromancers, all the pyromancers you meet in the game either come from being demons or being from the Great Swamp. All the
Right.
miracles come from Thorland. All the sorcerers come from Vinheim.
Is it really just as basic as it being like a geographical separation?
As
think
far
they
as it's
would
presented in Dark Souls 1, yes.
Do you think they would ever work together given the chance to like create new sorts of magic? Obviously that's not the main focus of the faith class, right?
Yeah, so
The miracles are a
um,
byproduct of their faith, but in the case of like
if you look at Dark Souls 2 lore, they do say that there were once ancient like fire sorceries, but those have been lost over time. So maybe
so it was a
but
thing, but not anymore.
it was possibly, but at least not as it's described in Dark Souls 1.
It probably happened in Firelink after the linking of the first flame because Firelink is like the initial gathering of people really trying to come together for one for multiple regions. I don't know, just side thoughts. Alright. Where are we at? We were at haircut. We already did haircut.
Yeah, this is Sigmire.
Truce.
Yeah, Sigmire will definitely do a truce. You will if you punch this guy, if you're gonna basically tap his armor. You're gonna like have you ever tried Yeah, have you ever tried punching plate armor? But actually no, you've probably never even seen plate armor in real life. Have you ever tried just like punching a pot before? Or even just giving it like a good knocking on?
Sure, I guess.
Okay. Well, effectively imagine that. You're gonna hurt your hand, and this guy's gonna turn around. Sigmire is inherently very good-natured. Sigmire is just here to go on an adventure, basically. He's just trying to.
Very good time.
I love Sigmayu. Sigmayu
Yeah.
is so cool.
Sigmire is basically just going on an adventure through Lordran. He's just doing whatever the fuck he wants. He's like He's like a dad. He's like basically retired. He's just going on an adventure.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolute truth.
Yeah.
This guy's your new best friend. You
Yeah,
and Sunny
basically.
are.
And then, hey, can we go on adventures together? And I get to go on adventures together, which will result in death, but I will have fun, and
Yeah.
that's the real victory.
Mutually assured.
Yeah,
This is the same
Ingui
case
is
of-
another same. This is the Quellac sisters larva eggs. This is what happens. You
This will-
you will kill this guy,
Yeah, this will happen
and then
to
you will be infected.
Right. This happens
This
to
is
you.
how you will die.
This happens to you after you attack Quaylag's sister, and this will happen to you after you attack him.
It's not a good
What is
time.
This.
That is Shiva of the East. Shiva of the East comes from the general Far East, which is mostly inspired by feudal Japan, at least in Dark Souls 1. Shiva of the East is actually like a mercenary merchant kind of person. Shiva of the East also travels with a ninja bodyguard. So even if you somehow can even touch this guy,
On the ninja side,
and not be killed by this guy, like you will be killed by the ninja assassin. You're just dead.
Is there any room? No room for discussion.
No room for discussion because you are approaching this person with the intent to attack. So even if Shiva the East does not respond, the bodyguard will.
Wonderful.
The Superints, Primordial.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, but this is only the dark one.
This is the
Wait,
dark one.
do they
They're
not
both
have?
friendly. They don't.
They don't have the other one.
Nope. Only.
This is really
only
bad
Kath.
list.
And
Okay,
then
so yeah,
Dark.
Darkseeker Kath.
First of all,
Basically-
how would he even? I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess
first of
he
all,
shared the same.
this guy cannot. The primordial serpents cannot exist outside the hole that they exist in. So already,
Would he be sharing the same hole as Frampton?
that is the theory. That's the
Okay.
long running theory.
If they are not reasonably able to leave, then for the sake of this, I must reasonably come to them.
Okay, you are in the
Oh, shit.
abyss.
Alright.
You first of all already have the magical ability to walk in the abyss, which is traditionally only done by wearing the ring that Knight Artorias wore. Otherwise, you're killed instantly. This list is also missing some of the like summonable NPCs as well. Stuff people like a Paladin Leroy and Witch Beatrice, which is
feel
important
like
because they tried to go to the abyss.
they don't really
Or at
have.
least Witch Beatrice tried.
They only have like They only have like item lore though. They don't have in universe characters. Or I mean in game
Yeah.
characters. So it's
Yeah, which is
kinda-
unfortunate. This is missing a lot of characters I would have put on here.
They're not.
So
They're not
it is
NPCs by the
unreasonable
traditional
for me
sense. They're
Yeah.
really just named enemies, right?
Alright, so the only way I can survive in the abyss is with this ring. I assume there's only one of them, and I would not reasonably possess one.
Yeah.
Can we
I am
assume that you
killed.
get isekai with the ring?
Well, we need to be able to interact with the character. Let's ignore the environment
Yeah.
at the very least. Darkseeker Kaith
He's not mean.
literally doesn't
Right?
have any goals except for trying to get someone to defeat Lord Gwyn and
No,
then
the serpents are
make-
hungry. The serpents are hungry. They eat.
they do eat, but they eat mostly like rocks.
Oh.
Right? They eat. You can feed them a lot of different stuff, right?
Would
The
you
stuff
like
that-
to consume this switchblade I have purchased?
Anything they can consume, they can literally consume anything. I mean, you
Also,
can
can I
give them
just-
kyanite slabs, and they'll make into smaller pieces. You can give them weapons. You can give them armor. You can give them old coins. They love those for some reason.
Do you have
Uh,
any change in your pocket?
Usually, yeah.
Truce?
It can be a truth. Like this guy's not going to kill you. First of all,
I know he looks like a scary
this-
motherfucker, but the primordial
He-
serpents
he
are also
looks very
extraordinarily friendly.
frightening.
the primordial serpents, their only goal is to try to either get someone to link the fire or abandon the fire. That's the only thing that they're ever trying to do.
Wait, can I
This guy
show
wouldn't
them
fight
full
you
fire?
anyways.
It's kind of odd that they only show up in Souls 1 now that I think about it.
Alright,
Yeah.
that's an
Even if you attack this person somehow, all they're gonna do is just not talk to you, basically.
Wait, so they won't fight me for any reason?
No, they're not
No.
gonna fight you.
But can I hit this guy?
If you could theoretically
If you-
reach them, yes,
And since you're
Alright.
already in the abyss, you are.
you should be able to reach them. But it's like they're not gonna attack you.
Yeah,
Alright,
they
that's
kind of
the
don't care.
truth.
That's a
They're-
win
they,
by
they are
accident.
primordial. They literally cannot die. First of all,
Oh no no
And
no!
they've
Not
existed forever.
Not the snake. I'm talking about the next one. Sorry, snake goes in truce.
Yeah, Snake goes in truce.
I
Now,
accidentally killed this
Guinevere. Which Guinevere are we talking about?
I
Are we talking about the
assume
depiction in the
the-
game or the lore Guinevere?
Depiction, because this is NPC tier list.
Okay.
Lord.
Real
express-
Guinevere, you punch this and the illusion disappears. You have now angered Gwendolyn.
This is enough to do a win pose though. Gwendolyn does not like instantly smoke you.
So no jail? Wait, not instant smoke.
No,
I can go
Gwendolyn,
win
Gwendolyn
pose?
does not leave his chambers.
Yeah, he only
All that happens is you punch Guinevere, and all of the illusions in Anne Orlando are now gone, and that's it.
you have advanced the day night
But
cycle,
this
and it is
entity
now
is
nighttime.
unable to continue fighting if I
Yes.
punch it. I have won this fight.
You
In fact,
have
she is never
one. You have
capable of fighting.
one, but yeah, I wouldn't necessarily consider it within the same category of winning. It is like a different kind of winning in the sense that like you won against something that didn't even exist.
Yeah,
First of all,
This is
I
the
would not
person
put-
that created.
I
the
would not
thing
put
that doesn't
mutually assured
exist.
destruction because no one's gonna hunt you down for it. Like people are
Yeah.
gonna be pissed that you did it, but they're not gonna go out of their way to seek you out.
this is the equivalent of you like killing someone's like pet dog, except they're not like John Wick. The owner is not like John Wick. It's just like some asshole who sits in his room all day long, and the only thing he'll do is he will kill you only if you enter his room.
Yeah, basically.
Like no one else really is interested in it, and the dog was about to die anyways because it is also an illusion.
All right,
Yeah.
and
wonderful.
Not a
We have
real
won.
dog. You have
Yeah.
won.
We have won this fight, and there is nothing more
This
to
is
it.
the most obvious win outside of Anastasia, outside of the Firekeeper.
Yeah. Undead Merchant.
He's got a
Undead Merchant.
katana.
You can beat this guy up.
Yeah, but yeah.
You can beat
True.
this guy up.
Can I obtain a truce?
No, unless if you have
No,
souls.
unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, you cannot form a truce with this guy because first of all, you've already punched this guy. Second of all, he only deals in souls.
Are
You
sure?
do not have any souls.
I have
I
one.
think it's chance. I mean, dude has a sword, and is undead.
Oh wait, no. I'm saying you have no chance at trying to negotiate with this guy.
Yeah, but this isn't.
I
This isn't
think-
when.
You can go up and stab this guy, but honestly, he's still undead, and like he's really he's really mangly and probably not very strong.
It's not that.
But he
low.
still has a katana. He can probably get up and try to slice you.
chance.
I would say it's a chance. It's a good chance.
You'd have to grapple him basically. You'd
It's
have
still a
to
good chance,
instantly
I
knock him. You'd have to knock him down on his feet and then pin him and then like fucking stab him. Right.
It's a good chance though.
I don't know who this person is. I've seen him. but
That's
I actually-
Vamos.
Is that DLC?
No,
Oh.
he's a blacksmith. He's in
Oh.
the grave. I'm blanking out because it's late.
Right.
Grave, whatever. He's in a little bit of a secret area. That's also like a speed run route.
Oh, okay.
Vamos, he's a blacksmith. He's a skeleton, by the way. So
Oh, I
I've
thought that was
noticed.
armor.
no, he's a skeleton.
That's pretty cool. It's got a
Um,
bony beard.
Does he
Yeah.
Does he like talking?
No, he actually wants to be left alone.
Oh.
If you're not there for blacksmithing, he does not want to talk to you. Because you're gonna disrupt his focus.
What about the switchblade?
Well, you can
Have a look at
present
this
it.
cool thing I have seen, but I have to go
You
in
have
with
to
a
land the
clear
first
intent
punch.
to fight,
Yeah.
and then I am
Yeah.
able to do other things.
Yeah. So you could probably get his. Honestly, he would probably be more pissed than the other blacksmith that you've even dared to like touch him
Yeah.
because he gets pissed when people make noise already. So he'd probably be angry that he even touched him, like, probably while he's like mid swinging his hammer. So he'd be really fucking pissed. But he's also a skeleton, so he probably wouldn't feel anything from it.
It could be death. Could be 1 in a million. And it could be a chance that it could be win. I mean, not win. Truth.
You could. The thing is, you have like a modern switchblade or whatever your pocket knife is. You're not gonna do that much against literal bones. There's nothing. He's a skeleton.
Yeah.
You could fight him, but it's like you don't have any like magical infusement on your weapon.
Oh no, I'm
Your
saying
knife
like,
is definitely not nearly as sharp as it should be compared
But
to other stuff in the game.
if you pin him down and just like take his hammer and bash him in the head, that would be considered inability to fight, right? If you rush
Vamos
him,
is still really strong.
right?
Vamos is still a blacksmith. And Vamos is like the person that does like lightning and like chaos infusions. This guy is kind of insane.
Okay, so this is 1 in a million to death to maybe choose provided switchblade.
Honestly, I'm leaning towards the fact that if you even touch him, he's gonna be hella pissed.
So death.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
because
Last one. and
he
then
he already doesn't like it when people talk to him without actually doing anything. Like he gets pissed.
But I'm not doing anything. I'm showing him this cool thing I have.
Yeah, but you could
Patches.
touch him to begin with instead of just being like present the knife and be like, "Hey, can you do
Raise
whatever to
this.
this?"
That's true.
All right, that's good old Patches the hyena.
Do you even
Good
know?
old-
He's not
good
called
old
the
trusty
hyena.
Patches.
He's trusty Patches in this game, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's only the hyena in
Yes.
Demon Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
This is good old Patches. Now
the-
Patches, first of all, Patches is a pretty good guy for multiple reasons. In every game, he's a little mischievous, but overall, he's good on the inside. You can also tell by how he sits here, or lack thereof.
You
Right?
could tell by his smile. He's a nice
Yeah,
guy.
no
deep
guy
inside.
has this idle pose.
Yeah.
No bad guy would sit
Yeah.
bad guy would sit like this.
So Patches. Okay. Well, here's the first thing. If you go up and punch Patches, or even try to attack him, you probably could kill him. I would say it's a really good chance.
But like Isekai Mixer will try to work his way up this list. So like does one punch insta kill him?
Well, it's not gonna insta kill him, but he's
You-
gonna be pissed, and he's
you-
probably gonna
He will
retaliate.
not be able to be
You
reasoned
need to aim
with.
for the
Will
throat
he
with the
be
knife.
Yeah.
Will he be able to be reasoned with after I punch him?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. In
It's
fact,
chance.
in
Chance of 1
fact,
in a million.
Patches is the kind of person to do that to someone else anyways.
Yeah.
So no.
But do you put a chance, or is he a better fighter to go in 1 in a
I would say
million?
it's a.
He almost lied.
I would say
that's not
it's
saying much.
not in your favor, but it's higher than 1 in a million. I would say maybe even like an even matchup, honestly.
I think that
Actually,
Okay,
no,
look.
slightly on the. I think there's still slight favor of Patches. Patches has
Patches
gotten
knows
himself
how
out
to
of
fight.
scraps. Yes,
Like goes
Patches
into
has
chains,
gone into
right?
other situations.
Nothing. No
No worse,
soul
no-
permanent imprisonment. No.
Because Dark Souls is a
per-
game where it's not
your life
personality
is
driven. It's a
extended.
game where you just die when
Yeah.
you piss off someone, right?
Literally, like once we go to the bosses, if we're doing the bosses, like
all
The
done.
bosses
People-
will have to
you're just
be in
gonna
a
die.
different-
We're not gonna
Yeah.
bother with the bosses. I don't think we should bother with the common enemies either, because that'll just take too long.
I'm trying to, but like there are definitely NPCs that we could put on here, but like we can't just add images, right? Unless we make an account, right?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
This,
Could always
I
take a
think this is
picture of
actually
it
one
and
of
then
the
go to
most
Google
interesting
Slides
tier
and take one.
lists that we've gotten so far.
I thought it was just gonna be death, just hearing what Dark Souls was like.
Yeah.
No, because these are
but
just
they-
the regular characters. These aren't like these aren't people that are actively trying to kill you for the most part.
Yeah,
Um,
Some genuinely cool people here. It's like this
dude,
guy,
you should play Dark Souls. This game is so good.
Under
Yeah.
the Swords Man. He's cool.
Oh yeah.
Giant who likes cool stuff. He's cool.
It's-
Guy who likes fire. He's cool. Dad. He's cool.
Yep.
Guy
oh,
who
yeah, they
likes
didn't
eating
put
rocks.
Siglinde,
They
his
didn't.
daughter.
No, they didn't. I thought that was weird too. I mean,
They put a lot of NPCs that they should have. There's a weird list. It's missing.
Yes.
It's definitely missing a lot of weird stuff.
it's also picking some very strange pictures.
Yeah, doesn't have the brass knight. Doesn't have.
Oh, that's true. The Brass Knight is one of those people that like should always be included in an NPC tier list.
Yeah.
We can amend stuff later.
I
Using
like
the
how this
power.
says every
It's not
Souls
Big Hat
NPC.
Logan. Doesn't have Big Hat Logan? Why is Big
Oh,
Hat
Jesus.
Logan not here? This is a whack list.
This is kind of a garbage list, but we have some interesting results anyways.
Stick around for part 2 where I will use Google Slideshow to copy paste images very crudely in order to fit into this already made tier list. But for now, it's already late. What time is it? It's 2:30 in the morning.
All right.
Are we calling it here?
I think we could call it. I think I'll stop the recording now.